Greetings everybody, this is Red on VFR, and today we are looking not at VFR, obviously. For someone, or for people who know, it's a CB750K. This model is from 1981. It's a decent model. There's nothing wrong with it, apart from that thing not working. I bought it for parts, and I bought it from the gentleman who was selling it for parts, and I bought it for $230. He also gave me a fuel tank as a spare one because the fuel tank from this bike was rusted to hell and it was unusable, so I just threw it away. So he gave me a fuel tank from, I think, a Honda 400 or 450 Hawk, if I'm not mistaken. It could be. I sold it for $100 to someone in Nevada. You're welcome. And so technically this bike really cost me $130. So I guess we can check it out closer. Well, I guess we'll take closer look. As you can tell, there's only a single front disc, because the K was like this, but the C750C that I have from 1982, it had two front brake discs. This one has only one. That's quite interesting. So it's like an economy model, looks like, or the classic model, because the old motorcycles came with only one brake disc. Very large turn signals. I love them, absolutely love them. I hate the tiny ones. I guess I love indicate. The rear ones are exactly the same, so no one tinkered with those. The 750C came with round ones. The headlight, standard H4 bulb. One reflector is missing, as you can tell. This one is present, and on the left side it is missing. The horn is here. The fender looks fine. Spokes look fine. Kind of started rusting away a little bit. Nothing too major. Stock mirrors. I like them. I do like them being black and not chrome. Everything else, the controls are standard. They look fine. Nothing too wrong with it. Not broken or anything, not missing. I will be changing the brake master cylinder, obviously, because also it says use only DOT3. I don't have DOT3 and I'm not willing to buy it. I only have DOT4, and this brake cylinder is cracking anyway, so I'll be changing that to the black one with the window in the front, I think. Sometimes they come with a window on the back. So the controls are looking a lot cleaner than in the C version. So it's like a uni body. Tachometer, speedometer, and the trip odometer. Turn signals, trip reset button, ignition here, choke is here. Obviously this is your speedometer. Only goes to 90, even though the bike can go faster than this. I do love when they go over that 90 as far as the indication, not the bike speed. The trip odometer I didn't reset, just wanted to show you. It was 243 the last time it ran, apparently. And the total mileage is 15,199 miles. So it's a not well used bike, as you can tell. Turn signals, obviously. Revs to 9,500. Neutral light, high beam light, oil light, everything works. This one is a blank. I guess you can wire it if you need it. I did disassemble the whole cluster. There was an extra bulb in there. You can probably wire it and make it like an external, like additional auxiliary headlights. I do like the look of this thing. A little bit of damage here and here. What can you expect from the bike that wasn't taken care of? Damages, obviously. This is in line for 748 cubic centimeters, or 750. You can get it from the name. The battery is installed. I bought it. There was no battery before. The battery carrier was not even fitted in. It was damaged, so I had to reshape it, and now it's in there. I will have to bolt it from the top so that it's not shifting around. This bike is not registered, so I don't really worry about it moving around. The engine looks pretty good for what it is. There are some engine crash bars, 4 pipes looking fine. I can take them off, clean them nicely, maybe paint the engine, maybe not. I might keep it as original as it is, just clean it nicely. Some corrosion on the brake pedal here, nothing too major. Again, some rust on the frame. I can clean it up and paint it. I don't know what I'll do. Even it has that sticker helmet holder. It's pretty nice, pretty neat. I don't have that on my C. The rear shocks look fine. I'm not sure if they leaked out. They might have. I have no idea. The rear wheel is also a spoke wheel, and obviously the main attraction of this bike is 4-in-4 exhaust, meaning 4 cylinders and 4 exhausts. I think it looks terrific. Very much reminds me of the Honda Magna from 1987 with quad exhausts pointing up. I did ride that bike and I felt how amazing that was. Really cool. So the tires actually is a pain on this bike. The pain, and I mean it. So when I go and try to search the size of the tires that can fit on the bike, it gives me in inches, or the size in inches, like 4.5. What the hell does that mean? I don't use inches too much. I've been in the United States for a while, but as far as tires go, I go for millimeters. So just like a normal standard for tires, right? So it appears to be the front one is 110 by 19 by, or 919, geez, 110 by 90 by 19. And the rear one was actually a pain, which was 4.5. What the hell is 4.5? I've read on forums that people could fit from 110 to up to 150 in width, and that's in millimeters. And I researched some more, and that I decided to settle down on 130 by 90 by 17. So if you're familiar with 750C, which is a custom, they have the aluminum wheels, like a 5 Pentastar wheels, like 5-spoke wheels, pretty nice ones. The rear one is 130 by 90 by 16, so the one diameter less. This spoke rim obviously is larger. So on this bike we see the Dunlop tires, K627, not too bad of a tire. What's bad is that it was produced in 39th week of 2003. Very old. 130/90/17. Motorcycle, blah blah blah. 68H. Tubeless, obviously. The front is horrendous. I've never seen that tire before. I did mention it on my Instagram channel. It's called Changxing, made in Taiwan. It is cracked to hell. Here's the dimensions right here, 3.5, 19. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Alright, let's see. I found, I think, when it was made. I can't find it now. Probably it's because it's behind the fender or something. So the forks leaked out. They look shabby. Really shabby. The front caliper, you might ask, why is it off the bike? So whenever I got the bike, the front obviously was pretty much frozen. And I have a grade to my driveway, so I couldn't push it up because the tires were deflated. I mean, they're deflated now too, but it's not too bad. So I had to push it somehow with the frozen wheel, so I just unbolted the front caliper and here it is, it rolls. That's all I needed. Other than that, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Clutch lever is fine. Looks alright. Looks alright. You can see my fueling contraption here. I stole some fuel from my VFR. No, it doesn't want to focus anymore. Here we go, I'll help you. Someone did put an aftermarket fuse. Should be a different fuse, but that's fine, I can tack it in. It's 30 amps. Oil is in there, so that's good. There's a center stand. Again, I love center stands. Chain, I will probably change, not probably, but I will change the chain. I'll clean it up nicely. Yeah, other than that, this bike looks good. I will clean that rust off and paint it. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. The rear tail light is cracked, unfortunately, here. But it works. It works. Someone put the reflective stripe here. Number plate holder. The rear brakes are actually fine. I want to disassemble it and see how fine they are, because I'm curious. So why don't we try to start it, right? This is why you're here. You want to see if it works or not. Little note. This carb is not from here. This is my test carb. So the choke doesn't work. So that's why it's closed. The throttle, well, it's not really going backwards, is it? It should, but I think it's because of the cables. So this bike was probably sitting more than 20 years. I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. That's for sure. Alright, let me get my tripod out, put my camera on the tripod and try to crank it. Actually, one more note on the tires. As you can tell, I have tires sitting on the concrete. The problem with those, well, there's nothing problem with those, is that I chose the wrong pair. The front one is fine, 110/90/19. The rear one is 130/19 or 130/90/16. If you were paying attention to what I said previously, 16 is not the radius. This bike takes the 17. This tire is good for the C, but not the K. So I did purchase the correct tire, the SR712 by Shinko. I needed the matching pairs. If you know me well, I only go for matching pair. Not only because of the looks, but because of the tire compound. I need them to be the same, because I can't push the bike if I don't know how the tire will react. One might react differently than the other one. I just stole from my V4 about 250 milliliters of gas. Well, it does nothing, I guess. It does want to start. There's a lot of gas leaking out. That's garbage. I guess I'll have to hold it. That's too much of RPM. That was probably about 3,000 RPM. I need to open the choke. 1,000 RPM. Come on, don't drop. It doesn't sound right. I don't believe it runs on all four. But it runs for now. An easy way to test it is see if everything, if you have exhaust from all four pipes, because every pipe, oh, I have a major leak of gas. Alright, where is it coming from? That's an overfilled bowl right there. Okay. That's not ideal. Oh, wow. That's leaking a lot. Well, it runs. It does. Runs alright. Oh, I have backfire from that carb. Ooh, it's leaking a lot of gas. Well, it starts. It definitely does. So I have to go through my carb and see what's happening, because that, as I said, that was my test carb. And I have to see what's happening in there. Why it is not acting the way I want it to act. But everything else is actually looking fine. Well, as you can tell, the bike does run. It's hilarious, my third. Well, I have a bunch of leaks here from my little contraption here and from my third carb here. That's interesting. We'll have to see what's happening, and then I'll start it again and see if she runs it off. Well, we'll see you in the next episode, people. Take care and goodbye.